Crazy, I'll be ready.
Around the clock, we're gonna rock the rhythm of the street, up and down the block. Around the clock, we're gonna rock the dreams you give, the space to talk. Wanna be somebody, be a contender. Gotta reach for the sky. If you want it, fight for it, or kiss it goodbye. Just make it or break it. Try to survive. Don't ever say never.
Ain't never. Keep your dreams alive.
Round the clock, we're gonna rock the rhythm of the street, up and down the block.
We told you to hit the notification button. If you didn't hit the notification button, then you're missing us right now, Blake. What's going on? He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken live for about a few minutes anyway.
Live in living color, Ronnie.
Live, baby, live. What movie was that from?
Live, baby, live. That's got to be Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble.
Monday Night Nitro. Live, baby, live.
So really
contest.
The following contest is scheduled for
one ball. What's this video about? What are we doing?
All right. Well, look, here I had an idea.
This
I've been
is
wanting to do
spontaneous. This is not planned.
No, and it could go awful. Okay. And if we get booted, we're not coming back. So we'll see you guys later if anybody's in the chat. So, Blake, here's what I wanted to do. From the moment I saw Halloween 2018, I had so many questions about the beginning of the movie. So me and you really quickly are going to go through and break down the beginning of Halloween 2018, and we're going to guess what each one of those people that are in Smith's Grove did to get put into Smith's Grove. Real simple, right?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
All right.
Interesting concept, too. Something that nobody else talks about.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I'm serious. Nobody, I mean, it's always about Michael and Jamie. It's never about the other freaks.
Oh, I'm dead
In
serious.
my life's obsession, I've examined it.
Okay, so I probably need to mute this, right? Because if I mute it, then we won't have that big a chance of getting caught playing this. But what we have right here is the very beginning in progress of Dr. Sartain. And hold on, Blake, I have messed up.
Oh, no.
I've messed it up. Okay, I'm sorry.
First thing I've noticed is that this one right here is wrapped in a blanket, Ronnie. So are we keeping what do you think? Are they running fever here, or are we keeping the Smith's Grove at about 55 degrees on the air conditioner?
You got to keep the crazies cold. That's one thing I learned in medical school is you got to keep the crazies cold. The colder they are, the more docile they are. The minute you crank up the heat, they start getting sweaty. They start taking clothes off. You never know what's going to happen.
So you're thinking this is like a Universal Soldier type deal in here? You got to keep them on ice?
Well, it's the bizarro Universal Soldier, because Universal Soldiers, you got to keep them cold to keep them powerful. And this one, you got to keep all these crazies cold to keep them from going crazy. Okay? Real quickly, Brett Patrick. Hey, guys, just watched the last Halloween video. Wrestling fans are worse than Halloween fans. We know. We absolutely know that. Wrestling fans are the dumbest, and I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah, we're big wrestling fans.
If you want to debate whether or not wrestling fans are dumber than horror fans, go find any wrestler, preferably a female wrestler's social media account, go to one of the posts, and then read the comments.
Ooh.
You'll want to add locks to your front door. So, Blake, we're in Smith's Grove right here. Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
Here's Aaron, who did a hell of a job later on of bashing that stall door with his head. Great job.
Yeah.
And Sartain, we got a video coming later on, guys, where we're talking about Sartain and another actor that could have portrayed Sartain that may have made that character more bearable. Shea Bahara podcast is in the chat. Blake saying, hey, fellas, what's going on? Bud. All right, Blake. I don't want to fast forward that much because
real quick, Ronnie and everybody in the chat, this redhead, Ronnie, can you back it up just a little bit?
Oh, of course. Watch
What
this.
what are we thinking right here? Hot or not? Because
Not.
I'm leaning hot.
Not.
Why?
Because she's ugly. Surfboard.
Well, that's like
What
your
do you find
opinion,
attractive
man.
about it? Let me look at her. What do you find attractive about it? You can get your rollerblades on and scroll off that head.
Come on, red hair.
Red hair. All right. So what we missed, Blake, at the very beginning, because believe it or not, as fuzzy as this footage is that I stole off YouTube, it's still the best one I could get. We missed like the guy that Sartain's hugging at the very beginning of it. And
Hey,
things
has that barbed wire ever kept anybody from jumping over the top, Ronnie? You think?
Why is there barbed wire that high? Because what are they going to climb on to get up there?
Well,
And
if they encounter somebody that can float to the top of the to the wall, hopefully the barbed wire will hang on to their britches.
float. All right, so we're getting to the point in this video right here. They turn the corner. First off, if we ever found out from any Halloween expert why they have like a modified different colored checkerboard out here?
Hey, can
I
you
mean-
rewind it? I would like to see Sartain's entrance again. I think this is a very underrated entrance, Ronnie. As the kids say,
Oh,
check
look
out
at
this
the-
drip.
look at the jacket right there flaring open.
Brother, check out this drip. He's got everything tucked in, looking good, flannel shirt, button up. Look at this. And look at the strut. I think I see a print. Ronnie. So dude's got it going his way.
Don't know what it means. Look at that face. He ain't got anything going his way. So here we go. The only thing it's missing is a basketball court out there. Blake, look. Okay, so look at the 2 o'clock of the screen, Blake. You see the idiot to the far right over here? The far
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right above him. What is that?
I think that's the flag the Nazis had.
So here we go. We get an outlook of Smith's Grove. And I love the way they have these like Acme Looney Tunes 1,000-pound what are they called? Anvils on the ground here to hold the crazies in place. I would love to see the whole process of them hooking these people up. What I regret, Blake,
How much do you think those weigh?
1,000 pounds. It's got to be 1,000 pounds.
What do you regret?
That they didn't show him walking Michael out there to hook him to it, because you know how that would have pissed everybody off that don't want to think about Michael, the boogeyman in this situation. He's not the effing boogeyman, guys. He's a crazy guy that got out and killed some teenagers. So here we go right here. Let's take a look. This idiot. He wants to get closer. Hold on, let me fast forward a little bit.
Of course he wants to get closer, Ronnie. And you and I would be the same way. We got to get them subs up, baby. We got to get the views.
Here we go.
That
So
one
Michael
guy's taking a shit. You see it?
That's what I was going to ask. Michael's standing there all creepy. This is a very eerie, creepy scene. I actually loved it when I went to the theater. I still love it to this day. So we got the guy there. I have a 2-year-old. I know what's going on right there to the right. He's taking a dump in his britches, and he's wearing white britches. Now, what we have behind him is something I've never noticed before. It looks like we got 2 guys standing there unarmed, probably janitors. This guy that's kneeling down, he's probably a notorious serial shitter. So I saw that's what he's in there for, is he's just constantly defecating all over himself, throwing it at people. So all seriousness aside, look at this stud straight ahead from Michael Myers. That's probably who Michael Myers is staring at, because that guy looks jacked. He's got the big shoulder build right there. He looks clean cut, nice body, and that's what Michael Myers is staring at. I guarantee you. I bet $1 million Michael Myers is staring at this sexy stud right here. And it seems that his job is to stare at Wheels over here, who we'll get to here in just a second. So, hell of a scene so far.
You think Brackett was the one who arrested the shitter?
Well, great question. Are we assuming that they bring crazies from all over the state to this place, or is it just local?
I would say local boys.
Because if you go by what Tommy says in Halloween Kills, most people don't even know what Michael looks like. Don't he always wear a mask? And 2 minutes ago they had his picture up on the bar TV that I guess that Anthony Michael
It
Hall
wouldn't
did.
be local because Michael's not a local boy. Michael's, was it 240 miles away? What was the distance?
No, well, I mean Michael was in Haddonfield, and well, you're right. Smith Grove is a pretty good ways away. So here's the guy from part 2. Blake, what do you think this idiot did to get arrested? Look behind him, though. It looks like some kind of hybrid woman cave type person.
I'm pretty sure that's Johnny 23 from Con Air.
They'd call me Johnny 800 if they knew the truth.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking that the Penguin did right here? What do you think he did?
He's a pedophile, Ronnie.
So you're thinking he's a pedophile. Okay, so now it brings up another question. How bad of a pedophile did he have to be in the same mental institution with Michael Myers, who killed 4 people?
Are you wanting a number of how many kids he pedophiled?
No, I don't want a number of how many people he
28.
pedophiled.
28.
So you're thinking pedophile, and that's the reason he's in here.
Yeah.
So there's not degrees of crazy. So we're just supposed to assume everybody in Smith's Grove's either a murderer or a pedophile, right?
I don't assume murder. I just assume pedophile for every one of them. Now, how come this hand here gets the umbrella gimmick? I mean, how come he gets that right to block the sun from hitting his head? Is it because he's bald? Because Michael's don't have a lot upstairs either.
Yeah, you would have to assume, because Sartan brings up later in the conversation that Aaron needs to tie his shoe because the Penguin right here, he don't play that. And then he hits him with underestimate no one. So I don't really know what he's done. So he tells him right now, you tie your shoe, dickhead.
They notice things like that.
Wide base, there he goes. And if you watched Halloween Kills, you know why he's got a wide base.
Yep.
So this is a really cool scene right here. Nothing to trash right here, Blake. I love it. Really good. Still don't understand the checkerboard, but
Crown me.
thrill me. Michael, I've got people here for yous. Okay, here we go.
Michael, I've brought more widows to try to talk to you. I do this every week. I know you're sick of it.
Great shot of Michael right here. Can you believe people got mad at this? Because I guess they wanted him to be wearing. You don't show the boogeyman's face.
It's some of the best scenes in the franchise. I wonder what they're saying right now. I hadn't seen this movie in so long.
I'd like to know more.
What do you want to know? I wish you'd turn and say, what do you want to know, dude? Huh? I killed him. I killed him with a T. Killed him.
They're dead. Well, I mean, I didn't know what was going on. The music is
Do you
great.
ever think about them, Michael?
No, I don't. I'm going to
No
answer
guilt
for Michael.
about their fate?
No, not one bit. There's a pedophile over here. Go talk to him.
Look at that 1,000-pound anvil right there.
We're still shitting in the background.
Well, there you go. What if he stepped on the line and it's like something out of the movie Cube? It drops down and cuts him in half. It's like not for the protection of the people getting him, but.
And I love that, like, we don't get a payoff to this. It just shows you, it's kind of building tension. Like, if he were to cross over.
What happens?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I thought that was very well done. Look at that.
Oh, you're over the line.
And that's why he dies, Ronnie.
John Goodman would have pulled a gun on him in the bowling alley.
6-year-olds, dude.
Look at the face on this idiot.
You really don't like him.
Well, I mean, he's okay.
A lot of people upset Aaron didn't live.
What? Okay. You want to talk about that for a second? How many people were reporting that Aaron's coming back for the third one? He survived that when we saw him carrying the bodies out with a sheet. In this movie, they're carrying them out with a sheet. There's so many idiots on YouTube. We're 2 of them.
What could he have pulled out right here besides the mask? Worst answers only.
Floppy, you tell us in the chat, what's the worst thing he could pull out right here? Look at the moon, or is that like a speck of the on the camera?
No, that's the moon.
I knew it. He's got a den head too. It shows him here in a second.
What could he pull out, Ronnie?
Honestly,
Yeah.
he pulls out. I don't know. There's nothing clean I can say. What if he pulled out a completely different mask?
Yeah. What if he pulled out the 6-year-old mask?
Caden with a great comment. Get Dave Portnoy out of here. That dude does look like Dave Portnoy.
God, that's a good call, Caden.
Look at that nod on his head right here. And when I first saw this movie, I thought that was like a nod to like Michael taking some abuse or something in the first movie. But no, St. Jude Courtney has a big old dent in his head.
I've brought Judith's tombstone.
That's what he could have pulled out, Judith's head. All right, so you're going pedophile with this guy right here, and I'm with you. I don't understand why he gets a weapon. You see what Danny DeVito did to that crowd of people in Batman Returns? Yeah. He shot all of them. So he shouldn't be getting that. And if he's allowed to get an umbrella, then he's not that dangerous to be out there with Michael Myers. You got to figure these are the worst of the worst, right, Blake? They got all the super crazies out here for recess together. That way they can deal with them all at one time. You can't mix in one of these super crazies with the regular crazies because they'll be shoved one of them off the slide. Look at that. That's my hair.
I mean, that's why he's crazy.
What this guy do, Blake?
Is that not the shitter?
Is it?
Look at his face.
I don't know. What about
This is this is a music teacher who snapped.
So you're
he's also a child murderer, Ronnie. He did music in middle school. And this was the song that was playing when he snapped and killed the whole class.
Whoa. That's the last thing he saw. Maybe it's like a scene from that movie. He had a situation like Ty Cobb did in the movie Cobb. He walked in and his mom was getting after it with half the neighborhood, and it like jarred him into like one of those super strokes. And the last thing he heard was the guy screaming, "Figaro!" And that's all he can say over and over.
I'm going to check that out.
But he too, Blake, is one of the people out here with the super. Here we go. Blair Witch. What do you think she did? Pedophile?
She's a pedophile, Ronnie.
I think she caught her husband cheating on her, and she threw hot grease on his crotch when he went to bed.
Can you go back to the animal? Fun fact for everybody out there in YouTube land, this is the same dog from 1982, The Thing.
There you go. And it's the same dog from 1978's Halloween.
Yep. And it's also Max from
Halloween 5.
Halloween 5. I know you guys didn't know that. It's a fun fact.
All right, so now he's getting up. It's not the same guy, Blake. The shitter is somebody completely different. Look at the hair. So now we got to go back to that previous guy. Why do you think he's in the crazy house?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say a pedophile, Ronnie.
Do you reckon Michael ever points the other way? You reckon he ever stares?
Do you think he was facing the right way until he saw them walking in and then he turned around?
Turned around. That's a good point. What if they would have walked around to face him? Wouldn't that have been the better thing to do? Is as long as you don't cross the yellow line, why didn't he just walk around so Michael had to see him?
Yeah, like leave the girl on one side and him walk around that way.
Yeah,
he can't go
and
anywhere.
Then you put I almost said Trevette, and that's Walker Texas Ranger. You put what's his name, Sartain, over to the other side. He's got to look at somebody.
What if you walk around and start talking with your ass cheeks like Ace Ventura to Michael?
Michael's gonna start laughing
to see what he says, to get a reaction from him. Speak,
after
Michael.
40. Michael, can I ask you a question?
I got a couple of questions to ask you, Michael.
Do you ever think about it, Michael? Michael bust out laughing. Look at this guy right here. You don't even bring this guy outside, Blake, if he's constantly going to be pulling on his anvil.
He's going to lift it. He's going to lift it up.
Look at this idiot. He's ruining the good time. This guy's laughing. That's what Michael would have been doing right there.
It's the best recess ever.
If they would have done the Ace Ventura. Nick may have guessed it. He's Muslim. He always faces Allah. That's probably the best answer to why he's facing the sun. All right, Max is cutting up. So, okay, really cool scene because all the crazies go nuts when he pulls the mask out, which led to thousands of theories on YouTube about the mask may have held some kind of power, been possessed or something of that nature.
Yeah.
This video's all. Look at this guy right here. Not only is he, let me back it up. He's wearing
He's
a
busting
freaking
loose,
wig.
baby. He's busting loose.
He's wearing a wig.
No, he's not. He's got hair like the killer on Final Exam. It's possible. Look at him. He's almost got it out. You think he's like a Copperfield guy? Is he a magician turned serial killer?
So what do you think? They all spend the whole recess just trying to get out of the cuffs?
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, why even bring them out there? Because all you're doing is just standing in the sun,
Yeah.
burning up. Leave me inside.
I can only walk 3 feet like in a circle.
What's the point of being out here? Y'all just punishing me. So if he gets, look at this guy. That's a wig. If he gets loose, do they automatically just shoot him?
No, I think they just let Max take care of it. Why she got headphones on?
Well, she's recording from 8 feet away. The dude's still over there jumping. Shouldn't, if Michael's the most dangerous person there, shouldn't they have the dog over here on him? That means if they have if they have all of this other protection for these other people there, Blake,
So
it means all these other crazies are more dangerous than Michael.
You're assuming that Michael's the most dangerous just because he killed a couple of kids 40 years ago. I'm going to go with the pedophile who's got 28 kids under his belt.
So you think the rest of them are serial pedophiles?
I mean, clearly you got a serial shitter over there, Ronnie. He is still shitting 10 minutes into this scene. And then across from him, you got the pedophile.
Then you got he hasn't moved. I'm turning the volume up for this. This is the best scene out of the whole trilogy.
Out of you, Michael.
Once again, Blake, you may have had the best description for this guy right here. He was a middle school music teacher. He went insane. He killed the entire class. And as he's trying to escape from the cops, they put 2 in his spine. And not only did it make him paralyzed, but it also affected him mentally.
Ronnie, can you rewind it? Because this was mine and your reaction when we found out that David Gordon Green was making Halloween. I just want to hear that woo again.
Let me back it up and put the volume on.
I want to hear some volume on.
Part of you, Michael.
That's the noise I made when I was watching on streaming when Corey Cunningham clotheslined Michael Myers and took the mask off of him. I was like, that's what they should have been doing for 40 years.
Yeah.
Woo!
My favorite scene in the whole franchise. It's getting too loud out there right now, Ronnie. He can't concentrate on his rape memories he has.
So that's what that is. It looks like Mike Matei. He's like right here doing this right here. He's got an awful haircut, and that's with the guy that looks like the penguin out there. So I don't know what's going on right now. So you can't make any noise out there. You can't have shoe. Look at this guy. Look, to be honest with you, Blake, he may just have something in his ears and they be itching.
You think that's what it is?
That's the way I do when my ears are itching.
Yeah, I mean, you double barrel that thing, right?
Yeah, or whenever it's time to pay the bills. This guy right here.
So he's the Ric Flair of Smith's Grove.
Woo!
We got company today. Woo!
You're right, Frank. It would have been better if Corey would have done the whole Ultimate Warrior. He runs down the tube. I actually a match play. He runs down the tube at full speed and tackles and clotheslines Michael Myers and takes the mask off of him before Michael can sit up. Look at this guy. Look, dude, the jumping. He's like the dude from the Kumite. He's just bouncing up and down.
He is Bloodsport. You're right.
Yeah.
Now, why are the alarms going off?
Well, the alarms are going off because the Crazies are now making noise.
Or is this like the recess bell? Like recess is over. It's time to go back in the house.
I like what you just said right there. Recess is over. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. And now we're zooming in. That dude's still bouncing over here.
It sucks, man. I really feel for the guy who's bouncing over there. I'm pretty sure that's the shitter because anytime you're in the middle of having the best time ever, especially when you're at recess at school, it's when the bell rings. You're like, God, it's already over. And that's what's happening to him right now.
I had a friend that worked in the Crazy House, and he was like 4'8", like 500 pounds. And he was one of these orderlies. And I saw him in Dollar General one day, and he said he went in, he walked in to like take the sheets off the bed. And when he walked in, the crazy person jumped off the dresser onto his back, like shocked him. Then he said he grabbed the crazy person and he threw him on the bed. And he's like screaming at him, stop, stop. And the crazy person broke loose and like tried to bite him. So he said he open hand slapped him and said, stop, B. And then everybody rushed in and they were able to tie him down and change his sheets. So, I mean, these people need to be making like $150 an hour.
What, Sartain
That dude was doing the what's up.
Sartain has distanced himself from the podcasters.
Yeah, he backed up because he knew he was stirring it up. Hold on. I got to stop this. Look at this. He's doing the what's up, Budweiser. What's up? That dude's screaming now, just like he's going to be in that hospital later on.
Everybody's pissed. Everybody's pissed. Recess is over.
Recess got ruined by this guy right here. They got him double chained like Houdini. Aaron's looking around. Blair Witch. Is that a man or a woman? I can't tell. It don't matter.
It's a guy.
It's a guy, pedophile?
They don't mix and match. And yes, he's a pedophile.
And I'm telling you, dude, that's great. That was fantastic opening for Halloween 2018. And something that we've wanted to do for a while, or I've wanted to do, is talk to Blake about what each and every one of those people at the very beginning had to have done to be out there in the same arena with Michael Myers. And what we've come up with is pretty much
something we come up with. If you always assume someone's a pedophile, you're never disappointed.
There you go. Because most people are. So anything in the chat worth looking at, Blake?
Nah, they're all idiots.
All right, Blake. So I think we got a lot accomplished here today in 28 minutes.
Ronnie, I can't even see the chat. Being honest. I don't have anything pulled up. I can't see nothing.
Oh, okay. Let me go through real quick. Dr. Sparta was the best.
Hey, Fantasy, man. I hadn't talked to him in forever.
Fantasy finally got out of jail from stealing those signs.
Oh, okay. I figured that's what it was.
Should have farted inside the mask.
He farts inside the mask and puts it on Michael's head from behind. Then you got a motive. The boogeyman has a motive.
How much different is the movie if Aaron figures screw it and he takes off running and he puts the mask over his head like they did with the condom to Pee-wee and Porky's and like pulls it real tight? Do you think that sets off Michael right there, or is he still going to no-sell it like he's going to no-sell it like nothing's happening?
He probably no-sells it, Ronnie. I mean, he's in his element.
I don't know what Frank must be in the sauce. He's saying F you to Blake.
I hear that a lot.
All right, guys. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Blake, I feel like we contributed to society here today. I think maybe if we break down these movies just a little bit at a time, one scene at a time, me and you, not only do we have it on our shoulders to personally bring back a Friday the 13th movie and not some silly series show, but a movie. But now it's on mine and your shoulders to bring back this Halloween community and bring them back together into one cohesive unit to sing Kumbaya together, because we're divided, Blake.
We are divided, Ronnie. It's up to us. This community sucks. The Halloween community fan base sucks. The YouTube Halloween fan base communities, whatever it's called, sucks. And that's why you and I are here, and that's why we're back, is we're getting rid of all the riffraff, guys. So if you're part of the riffraff,
your ass is gone.
You're gone. You're out of here.
You don't have a choice.
You're out of here. It's all positivity from now on. You understand?
Power of positivity. Fantasy wants to know what you're eating.
I got a pound of hamburger meat with 4 eggs cooked on top of it. I'm a carnivore, Chris. That's all I can have is meat, eggs, and beef.
Nick Push getting all over his 2 Halloween videos in one day. Careful, you're going to turn into the rest of us. No, we're not, Nick. because it's all satire, baby, all the time. And to be completely honest, I didn't want to have to edit this video. So me and Blake were like, hey, let's just randomly go live and tell everybody what
Literally
we
the
think
only
is.
reason we went live. He didn't want to edit.
Yeah. I don't want to edit. All right. So for Blake, I'm Ronnie. Everybody out there, see you next time.